Let's do this. TC Spiritual Shepherd, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we are going to be getting into automation, setting up your lifestyle, setting up your life. What does this mean for you? What does this mean for I? Who is I to you? Who is I to I? Okay, that is the inner correlation between this, guys. So setting up your life, setting up your lifestyle is this. Okay, you can either prep. No. Let's say this a little bit better. You can either eat food for 30 days and you can always make meals for 30 days. Okay. And I'm saying make the meal every single day, or you can make meals for 2 days straight. Okay. Maybe 5 hours if you actually really think about it, and just prep a bunch of different foods and then freeze them. Okay, and then the day or two before, you would take it out of the freezer, put it in, it's already prepped. But you have to eat cleaner foods. That's the thing. The cleaner the food, the better it's still going to taste. It's going to taste the best. Now, there is something called the 30 and 30. Check it out. 30 and 30 by Athlean X. I want you guys to really research this. The 30 and 30 by Athlean X. This is one aspect, okay? But I'm going to continuously go beyond this. This is just meal prep, okay? Now, organization, social medias. Let's get into it. I'm going to jump into this real quick. So you guys either press record or screen record this type of stuff, because I'm going to go in and give you guys a lot of the internal knowledge. Okay, so social medias. If you're going to do social medias, find something that you can schedule. Find something that you could schedule multiple social medias on. So if you're I want to schedule this for my YouTube, schedule this for my YouTube, schedule this for my YouTube, and then you schedule 7 days in advance, now those 7 days are taken care of. Same with, say Instagram, or say something else, or say a bunch of different posts. You can schedule these different types of posts. And as you start to schedule them a little bit better, it becomes way easier. You can also hire somebody to run your social medias, okay? I'm not saying that you're not the one who's messaging on the social medias, but I would definitely say that what you could do on social media is have one person operating your social medias, one person operating your SMS, one person operating all of your different types of socials, and then they send the actual filtered, funneled people who are the real leads, the real warm, hot leads, okay? The real leads to you, and then no time is wasted for you, okay, as a better individual. What do I mean by this? I mean this, okay, if you're Tony Robbins, you're not going to be talking to somebody who's a fake person on the other side of the phone. You've already gone through 4 filters, so you know that this person is really invested, they really want to talk to you, and they really want to go through the program. So all you have to do is what? Sell them. Or automate it, and it's already going to sell itself because you've automated all of your videos that have really, really intricated emotion and feeling and mindset and all these different types of cultivations of spirit ingrained into the video that really speaks to the person. And so there's these types of things. So scheduling your posts, okay, being organized, being minimalist. I'm not saying that you don't have anything, okay? I'm not saying that, but I'm saying if you're minimalist enough, you can actually be more organized and more scheduled. The more scheduled you are. I also think that having more and more things scheduled up. So I have an AM ritual. I have all of my things. It repeats every day. So it's just check mark. Oh yeah, I did this. Yep, did this. This is all my AM ritual. Boom. And then I fall in love with that process, and it also keeps me grounded. Okay. And then I have my hygiene routine. I'm better in my hygiene. I'm better in my finances. I'm better in my mindset. I'm better in my relationships. My girl's whoa, there's not a breed of man like you. It's just there's not. It just doesn't exist. And that's because of the way that I emit, the way that I cultivate myself. Okay. Then there's the organization of your meals. So you can also, here's the thing. People are how do I travel with my meals? So I already foresee me private jets, speaking, talking to a multitude of people, teaching people exactly what they need to hear. Okay, exactly what they need for themselves to be able to follow through on themselves. Being a public speaker. It's easy for me. I don't say I don't stutter. It's just let's just do this. I know what people need. I know what they need because I needed that. And now I'm going to be the version of myself that I needed when I was a kid. So then other people, when they hear me, they realize, okay, I can depend on this person. I can depend on this being. Okay, and so from this aspect, let's get into it. So this is setting up your lifestyle. So I already imagine myself in the private jet. So how do you eat? Some private jets have ways of preparation for food, so you can have a clean meal on that. Okay, so what if you're doing macros? What if you're doing these different types of things? So you schedule and you meal prep and you cultivate meal prep. You cultivate every type of thing that's already set up. So all of your meals are already made and cultivated. All of your meals are made and cultivated. So that means that I could just, if it's already in the freezer and I have 30 stocked up freezer ways of eating, it's way easier to prep my food because my food's already generally prepped. And I would just take 1 or 2 days. It's the same with my schedule. Say I would take 1 day to be like, all right, these are all the things that I'm doing throughout the week. And then all the other things are automated. They're just going to send based on that schedule. So I know I've set up a multitude of ways of setting up a schedule. And a lot of people want all these answers. They want all these benefits from business, like the first month in. And it just doesn't happen that way. It really doesn't. Obviously, if you have but if you have also a ton of money, it's like those things happen quicker. Those things obviously happen quicker. But I want you guys to understand that if you're starting from scratch, if you're starting from relatively zero, it's key to just stay focused and stay in love with yourself. To really stay in love with yourself, to really stay focused in your solitude, focused on yourself. Okay, so as we start to cultivate this, this is also with the 10,000 hour rule, focusing on the 10,000 hour rule, making your bed every day, keeping a clean hygiene routine, investing in specific investments. Most people are just spending on Netflix and stuff like that. And obviously I have all of that, but I'm saying I wouldn't do that unless I first invested in all these other things that I know are going to elevate me. I would first invest in Gaia.com, then Netflix.com, 100%. But they're both, Gaia is considered the Netflix of spirituality. I would rather invest in Gaia.com than Netflix.com because I know that Gaia.com would help my mind. Okay, and Pinterest, stuff like this. So investing in your knowledge. Now, let's also talk about automations because this is a big thing. So teams, systems, automations. So TSA. So we've already talked about team systems and automations. So teams build systems. So it's important the types of teams that you have. Okay. It's important that the types of teams and the types of systems that the teams build. So what the systems are. Okay, and then it also is important how those systems are automated to ultimately make you the most lucrative and prosperous, abundant month, okay, or week or day, depending on what you are intercorrelating between the finances that you're cultivating. Generational wealth, okay, generating generational wealth. Now, let's speak on it, okay. As you start to cultivate more of that investment in generational wealth, what is wealth? You have to invest in the wealth of your relationships, the wealth of your love, the wealth of your spirituality. And then that goes into the wealth of your finances, into the prosperous, abundant finances. Okay. Now, a big thing about this, guys, is if you're building systems, so now you have meal prep in, and if not, then you're also getting, let's say, Good Shop, Butcher Box, Hungry Root, Hello Fresh, nutrition solutions. You're getting any of these types of things that will help your meal prep. So those are all different things that I would cultivate in my meal prep. Okay, and there's a multitude of things in town, in whatever city that you're in, depending on what city you're in. Some people have even more than the city I'm in. So that's a big thing too. You can also, but I don't think of that as lack. I think of that as opportunity for you guys. That's a big thing. Okay, so here's a big opportunity. You set up meal prep for yourself, and then you also have meal prep. So no matter what, your meals are prepped. So what do I mean? I mean that you have meal prep that's shipped to you and you prep your meals. So no matter what, a meal is prepped, always. And you have a day that is consistent to meal prep. You have a kitchen that is designed for meal prep. I'm also an amazing chef, so I do like cooking and I do like that type of stuff. What am I going to do when I do this? I'm going to invest in the specific things that are good. My woman was literally asking me, so you would not cook or anything? And it's actually, now that I think about it, I do enjoy cooking. I would just rather not cook 5 hours out of the week or 10 hours out of the week. I'd rather cook 2 hours out of the week and prep in bulk for the entire week and then cultivate it that way. I would rather definitely do that. Okay, and then that's also the same with, you might potentially be eating out. So during those times, while you're saving that time, while you're saving that grocery shopping, while you're saving that prep time, cook time, chop time, while you're saving, there's even another thing too. You're saving a lot of time when you're eating out, and cleaning time. So like you're not even doing dishes and stuff. During that time, that's a time to invest in business and to invest in people. Okay. Invest in investment. Okay. Team systems automation. So automating systems. So teams build systems, and then systems are to be automated. As you automate those systems, okay, those teams also could become better and be better at automation, which means that they can build bigger teams. They can build bigger systems. Okay. So there's a multitude of things, or they can work with multiple businesses. They can do mergers, acquisitions. They could do multiple businesses of income, multiple streams of income, correlations like this. Now, investing in knowledge. So here's a big thing too, is like before you go to sleep, this is also tied into subconscious programming. This is 100% tied into setting up your life and your lifestyle. You have to start to do everything as if you're already in the lifestyle that you're in. So that means like sometimes, guys, it's not driving. Sometimes it's being chauffeured. Sometimes it's calling an Uber. I know it might be a different Uber driver, all this type of stuff, whatever. But I want you to really start to cultivate that if you're in that type of mindset and you are really building that, and then you're also making money while you're in the car rather than driving and you're all this type of stuff. Some people love to drive though. I also know a lot of 100 millionaires, multimillionaires who are cultivating this type of stuff, and they love to drive. They love buying cars. So maybe a car is an investment to them. Maybe they don't see that as a liability. They actually see that as an asset to them. Okay. And maybe they see that as a creative time. So a lot of times when I'm driving, instead of me being like, oh, I'm just going to be in the back and I'll have someone chauffeur me, which is a form of saving time, which, you're not driving. You can do, other different types of things. But during that time, what you could do and what you can do is you could do a podcast. You could do a voice podcast, or you could do a voice journal, or you can do a short video. A lot of people have different monitors in their thing where they can literally help people while they're driving. They do shorts, or they do other types of things. There's a multitude of ways of how to create. Okay, so start to cultivate this. Then you can also be like, okay, grocery shopping, or having things shipped to you, rather than always going out and buying things and going out into the matrix, which is a big thing. You can always just have something show up to your door. You can always have it coming in rather than you always having to go out. That's a big thing too about like being wealthy. People are like, where are all the good men? Where are all the rich men? Where are all the good rich men? Where are all, or where are all the good rich women? All this type of stuff. Like a lot of us are generally, we like to, not inside per se, but we're doing our own thing. We're in solitude and we just have everything come to us. Okay, like if you have an abundance of wealth, you have to think of it in terms of internal and intuitive and eternal rather than external, because a lot of people think of it as external. They don't think of it as internal. Okay, and so the whole cultivation of this is like, well, I would just have things show up to me because that would imply richness as well, which that's exactly what it is. Okay, so setting up your life and your lifestyle. So you have to start to think of the private jet lifestyle. You have to start to think of being chauffeured, or the types of cars that you're driving. And I'm not even saying cars and planes and speaking and all that type of stuff, but you also have to start to think about like the stage. You have to start to think about the people that you're going to be meeting, the needs and the wants of the people, the stuff that people are asking for, the stuff that people need help on, a multitude of things like this. This is a big, contemplation of the public speaker, of the person who travels and really meets people. Okay. And it's significantly easier than most people generally think. Okay. And it's about being yourself. It's not about being other people. Okay. You can admire other people. You can imitate other people, but you don't have to be other people. And so there's a multitude of things. So implementing meal prep, implementing automation. So setting up teams, automations, businesses that are automated, setting up multiple streams of income that are automated. All these types of things are going to help you cultivate a better setting up of your life and your lifestyle. So also you start to really think like, where are the places I'm going? What are the things that I'm going to be doing? What are the things that I'm going to be cultivating? So if I'm traveling to Bali this time, can I set up a retreat there? If I'm traveling to Sedona, can I set up a retreat there? If I'm going to San Diego, can I set up a retreat there? If I'm going to Costa Rica or if I'm going to Belize, can I set up a retreat there? Then you can also start to see your life as that. And that's what people don't comprehend, is a lot of people who are wanting to do these different types of like businesses or meet a lot of people or help a lot of people. They are generally either thinking too business or too travel. Okay. So then they get too caught up. What you need to do is, there's this like really big thing that I've learned. Okay. You can literally live free and go to Hawaii and bring your family and have a vacation for a month. Okay. The whole thing is you have to set up a business aspect in Hawaii when you're going there. Okay. And it's a lot easier now with obviously automations, internet money, ether money. That's what it is. Ether money. What is Ethernet? Ethernet. The ether. Network as in like a spider web, World Wide Web. We are all interconnected. We're all interconnected electricity. It's the same thing as internet, ethernet, all this type of stuff. Okay. So you have to set up the retreat there. You have to set up the retreat here. You get what I'm saying? And so also you need to set up online retreats. So being here now, cultivating being here now, cultivating the mindset of being here now. So you could set up online retreats, free retreats, paid retreats, businesses, multiple streams of income. Okay. And start to live the life now. And you can also start to see people who are living the lifestyle and then imitate and emulate those types of things into your life. See what works and what doesn't work for you. So for instance, me flying on a private jet, going to, let's say, Costa Rica, or we're going to Bali. Okay. So I'll set up a retreat there. I'll set up something that will cultivate, bring my wife with me, bring my kids with me, cultivate this. As we are cultivating this, we'll meet either breatharians, other different types of people that will be on the same wavelength. It's about being on a new vibe. It's about literally being on a new vibe. Okay. And then when you're there as well, you're setting up, you're going to find the place that you're going to train there, or you're going to have somebody who's going to find the place that you're going to train there. You're going to build gyms. You're going to bring your meal prep with you. So all the meals that you just prepped, you can throw it in an ice chest and you can travel with that. You could do a multitude of, you can travel literally so amazingly, because you could do it minimalistically. You could do it also maximistically as a minimalist as well. Okay, so there is the lifestyle to it, and it's not really difficult. It's just really getting to the point that you need to start focusing on the right focuses and not focusing on the wrong focuses, and then also focusing for a long period of time. So this is pretty much it. This is setting up the automation, setting up your life, setting up your lifestyle. So setting up your schedule, setting up your calendars, multiple calendars, okay? Setting up your automations for your AM and your PM rituals, your routines, automating your books. So maybe listen. So that's a big thing too. A lot of people are like, I need to read. It's also saving time. It's really getting into the buy back your time. Maybe when you're doing your cardio, like you should be doing your cardio just for your heart health, okay? To get lean, obviously, but you can listen to audiobooks instead of listening to toxic music. That saves time. You could do your AM ritual. You could do your journals while you're doing that. You could do voice journals while you're driving or while you're being chauffeured. You could do a voice journal. You could do a podcast. You could do a multitude of things that will either help your business, enhance your business while you are condensing and conserving and building time, saving time, and then using that saved time to invest time. Investing time in something that will either bring you more time, more money, or more energy. So that's the cultivation, guys. This is setting up your life and setting up your lifestyle. Start to imagine that you are already in the lifestyle now. Start imagining traveling now. Start being in the vibration of it now. Feeling it, thinking it, doing it, acting it, habitually constructing it, and staying in that mindset. And then obviously living in your imagination as the imaginal acts become facts. You start to live that life. So that's pretty much it, guys. Setting up your life and lifestyle, automations, team systems, automations, TSA. We're traveling, y'all. Peace. All right. All right, guys. Now we are going to take any Q&A questions. I'm going to be jumping off here any moment because my phone's on like 3%. But ultimately, we went through the 10,000 hour rule. That was about a 30-minute video. Probably not going to have to do another one of those because I went in depth. The next one we went into was the setting up your life and lifestyle of automation, TSA, traveling. So, like a lot of people wonder how a lot of people, create a lot of content. So, first and foremost, it's about front loading. Just study what front loading is. Maybe I'll do a book and it'll be called Front Loading. Who knows? But really, it's like if you're going to eat a frog, you would eat a frog earlier than later. So then you would just get it over with. If you were to eat two frogs, you'd eat both. You'd eat the biggest first and then you eat the smallest. It's like it's like the Navy SEAL mindset. Okay. Now, I also, in the setting up your life and lifestyle, it was really talking about like private jets, meal prep, when you land, where do you train? Who are you into contact with? Also setting up systems. So systems for me are like finances. So a lot of people have their bills on automation, which I do, but I also have my income on automation, and that's a significantly different place to be. It's a significantly different because it's not just outgoing, it's incoming. Okay. And not only that, but then I've paid most of the outgoing types of bills. So I spent $6,000. I mean, literally, if you really want to know, I spent like almost $20,000, $25,000 on my business over the last few years. But I really know that the lucrative amount I've really invested into time saving, money saving, system saving, all this type of stuff. And everything is now cultivating to such a different level. I mean, I remember spending I spent $5,000 on a course, $6,000 on setting up this business. And then that's just that aspect of this business. Okay. Then there's ads, which is about $500 a month. So it's been 3 months. So let's just say another $1,500. So you could see the intercorrelation between the investment. Okay. Now, this comes with ease, peace of mind, continuity. As you invest into the continuity, as you invest into the mindset, that is how you're going to evolve. See, a lot of people like, how do I scale? It's about continuity, because if you have 20 people paying you $500, it's way different. If you have 200 people paying you $500, it's different. If you have 2,000 people paying you $500, it's different. Those are different exponential growths, but those are all continuity. So you have to start to look at $100 on cigarettes and vaping and drinking is the same $100 that you can also spend on ad spend, that you can spend on investment into your social media, that you can spend on your protein shakes, that you can spend on yourself. It's the same $100. Okay. And the best thing too is that I've learned is if you are starting generally from nothing, okay, if you're mostly starting from nothing, it's more important. That $100 is more important than someone who's already rich and they have $1,000 or $10,000. So if somebody's like a millionaire, $10,000 to them is like $100. Okay, but if someone's like a thousandaire, or someone's like a 10,000aire, then $100 is a very important aspect to them, because they can take that $100, continuously invest that, and then eventually they become a multimillionaire. See, that's the aspect of it. So that's what we really got into, was team systems, automations, TSA. So traveling, private jets, a multitude of traveling year round, being a digital nomad, rich minimalist digital nomad is the vibe. Okay. So you can go to Bali, you can meet up with a bunch of different digital nomads. You can go to Costa Rica, meet up with a bunch of digital nomads. Okay. You can cultivate a multitude of things. And the thing is by setting up team systems and automations, having your videos, having your social media already scheduled. So then your focus is somewhere else. You're meeting somebody. You're meeting somebody who's on your vibe. You're meeting your agents. You're meeting your chauffeurs. You're meeting your clients. You're meeting other leaders. That is the vibe. That is the whole entire vibe. Okay. And as you continuously elevate, you continuously elevate. Peace. Talk to you guys soon. I will see you guys tomorrow. Obviously, we're going to get this going. So peace, guys. See you tomorrow.